Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, I think we're recording. Awesome. All right, we're here with Greg Klemp, the general manager of Money Hill Country Club and Plantation. And so, Greg, tell me what's going on. Obviously, this is crazy times here. You guys closed down when?
Hi, Justin. We've been closed since mid-March. Our first week completely shut down. We obviously are like most clubs, Tuesday through Sunday. So St. Patrick's Day was our first day closed.
Okay, and what kind of things are you guys doing? Like, obviously, when you first heard about it, I mean, I don't think anything like this has ever happened, shut for this long. What did you guys do? What was like the first meeting you had as far as keeping the members obviously engaged, but obviously adding value to their membership because they're not able to probably utilize the club as much as they can? What kind of things are you guys doing?
Well, I kind of went into, fortunate or unfortunate, I kind of went into what we call down here in Katrina mode, which we faced a big disaster back then. I immediately had a meeting with all the department heads, and we kind of started to put together our strategy. And the good news is, a lot of us have been through Katrina.
Right.
My biggest goal, first and foremost, was to keep the club open and keep our employees employed, and that was a big struggle at Katrina also.
Yeah.
So some of the things that we did was, of course, we followed the governor's guidelines, and that was changing at that time almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so initially, when we first closed the restaurant, we started a to-go menu, and then we also had a family pack menu, so people could take home comfort food, pans of lasagna, etc., just so they were coming to the club to get it. And we also offered delivery, where we would actually deliver, because we live in a community, a golf community, that we had delivered to their homes. I had sent out a letter to our members, again, telling them what we were doing, but most importantly, to support our wait staff.
Right.
And they have risen to the challenge of over tipping our staff. Our staff has been very pleased.
Nice.
But those are some of the things that we initially did.
Right, and getting the word out to them. I mean, I know you've been a member text user for a long time. You send texts out about obviously closing, the governor's social distancing, but then I see you're also sending texts about your crawfish and Easter. Tell us what's going on with that.
Correct. We again, one thing, another lesson learned from Katrina is constant communication. People are sitting at home, not knowing what's going on. Getting any kind of communication from their club is huge. It keeps them tied into the club. And anything we would do, we hit email and text. And the members are so appreciative. And I will say the owner of Money Hill Plantation has done a phenomenal job with the letters she has sent out with the ever-changing environment. But in those, we also communicate of what's going on, like our menus and things that we're trying to do coming up. We just recently completed there's a local farm here that we buy organic vegetables from.
Yeah.
And we purchased them, and then the chef did a video on how to cook potato leek soup that we're posting on Facebook. So again, just things that we can communicate with our members to let them know your club is still here, and nobody wants you back quicker than we do.
Right. And I'm guessing, I know at our club, everyone's worried about their minimum. I don't know if you guys have food minimums there.
No, we don't.
You don't have food minimums. Okay. And for the cooking classes, is that like another way to just, offer value and just give members something to do? Are you doing like a Zoom meeting, or are you videoing it, putting it on Facebook, or doing a Facebook Live?
We actually had the chef's brother owns a video business. So he came in and did a really great job. And right now we're just trying to get it. It should be posted today on Facebook. On we have a member page, Facebook. So we are, did I lose you there?
I got you back.
Okay. So that's my wife bothering me. So we're getting ready to post that video on. And again, the members are just, all the compliments we've gotten from the communication. This is just another value added thing that, hey, your club is still here. And they miss us as much as we miss them.
Right. And your communications, like what you're doing ongoing, because I know you're sending a lot of text messages. Is it mostly to kind of I mean, I know you sold out your crawfish orders, it sounds like. What's going on for Easter weekend coming up?
Easter weekend, we did again, family packs, which has been surprising, and that sold out too. That just sold out today.
Oh,
So we're very excited about that. Uh, Again, I think the biggest thing, and again, I hate to keep referencing Katrina, but a lot of comfort food, man. That has been members of just they're in their homes. I know they want to get out, but
right.
I think they're really pleased that we not only we would deliver, but that they can come get it. And our golf course is still open with all the usual
Hmm.
precautions of you don't touch the flag sticks and no bunker rakes, et cetera, individual carts, all the things that pretty much everybody in the nation is doing. But I think they're really happy that they can still be involved with their club.
That's great. And communicating with staff, I think you have a staff text list. Are you communicating with staff or like,
Not a text list. We do, of course, uh, it's not. We don't have a staff text list. We obviously. I'll go back to March 16th when one of my long-term bartenders called me on my cell and she said, "Mr. Greg, do I still have a job?" And I said, "We're going to fight every way we can to keep you employed," and we have done so. And the members have responded tremendously.
and they're delivering. Are you doing delivery?
Yes, we are. Yes,
That's,
we are.
that's awesome. Would you say this is like the biggest challenge you've ever faced as in your career?
No, from a financial standpoint, it's going to be.
Right.
The wonderful thing about Money Hill Plantation is that this is one of 5 businesses of a club, so we are fortunate in that aspect. Some clubs are standalone clubs,
Right.
but I will say the biggest challenge I faced was Katrina. This is it's always the unknown that you've been worrying about. So I'm worried on how long it's going to go because then it might become a big financial challenge.
Mm-hmm. And have members reached out and said their dues? I mean, has this come up yet, or do you foresee it as an issue?
That's a great question. I was just in a webinar with CMAA National yesterday,
Yeah.
and that discussion has come up. One of the things, again, I applaud the owner of Money Hill Plantation. One of the things they did here is required membership. So if you live in the residence, you are required to have a member. Now, and anybody that is paying dues needs to get some sort of value. The good news is our golf courses remained open when we have the to-go orders. While it is not the same club that you pay dues for, we are still providing a great services as best we can, and they're very appreciative. So to answer that question specifically, I have not had any member ask me for reduced dues or to waive dues during this period.
That's great.
That is great.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. And everybody, you're still doing social distancing. Have you gotten that message out to the members that the staff's been kind of trained on social distancing? Everyone's using gloves. I mean, what are you guys doing in that realm?
We are absolutely, the social distancing is a must for our staff and our members. Now, we are not policing that, meaning that if somebody's on the driving range and they violate the 6 foot, we remind them of it, but we don't. I mean, we're in a tough time. I'm not going to go up and it's not like a cart path violation where we send them a letter and fine them.
Right.
So we're being a little more liberal on that side and not getting into the legislating and social distancing of our members. But definitely the staff all in gloves, changing out a lot of washing of the hands. We're still, even though nobody's allowed in the clubhouse, we still go around and sanitize, wipe all the knobs and touch points and things like that.
Great. Are you planning on doing, if this goes extended, is there any thought of maybe having the pro hop on Facebook and do like a pro tip or I don't know if you have tennis there, but just kind of adding in more things, or virtual happy hours? I've heard that is kind of being kind of fun, and just even with you, and they could do like an open town hall in a casual fun setting on Zoom.
One of my plans is to have the golf pro do I don't know if you'll call it virtual lesson or whatever that we're going to do, but I want to run at least two cooking classes this week, and then next week are cooking in the kitchen with Chef Daniel. and let that run. And then if it goes further, yes, I really think we're going to be done in 2 to 3 weeks. I really believe that.
Would that be great? I love that the cooking thing makes so much sense because people can still do takeout orders. So it's almost like they can get a visual, here's how we're making tonight's dinner, and then they can go and buy it and kind of just play right into
Right.
the
And they are this thing with the local farm called Covey Rise.
Yeah,
They are actually able to come up and pick up bags of vegetables
that's huge.
and produce fresh right out of the ground from this farm.
That's
And
amazing.
here is our chef using it and giving him a tip on how to do this and that. I'm excited this first one to go out, which is going to be today. And
Yeah,
then we're going to do a couple. And like I said, if it goes beyond that, then I'm going to do virtual golf lesson, tennis lesson, etc. Just all good. Just things we can think about that members can enjoy.
I love that. I mean, because the only way we're getting groceries now is Instacart, and you have basically someone just go and pick vegetables out of, you know, our local place is called, you know, it's Giant or Safeway, and we don't know what they're picking. This is awesome that someone can go pick out what they want,
Right.
wash it themselves. I think that's great. Cool. And so if you talk with you a blurb about member text and how you've used it in the past, and I used it at the old club, at Oakland and this club, but you know, what's your thought on having the ability at least to be able to text them and have members get things right away, quickly?
I will tell you the success of Text Blast as I've been with you for a while. I am probably one of your biggest fans because of, not because of you, of course, but no, you have been incredibly service oriented with me. But the bigger part is the end user, the reaction I get from my members. When I did it at Oakbourne, it was huge. But then when I did it here, I knew what was going to happen, and it did. They went, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And the better thing of that is because there's 3 clubs here on the North Shore,
Yeah.
Beauchene Country Club, Chifuncta Country Club, where I used to work, and this club. And I love the word on the street saying, you know what they do over at Money Hill?
Cool. That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. This was great. And stay safe down there. Wash your hands. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right, partner, you take care.
Thanks, Greg.
Okay.
Bye-bye.